one of the few things still left intact from the Lafitte amusement park. I could stand in line waiting for someone to show up, or I could spend my time any other way. I think they're installing the new gutters on these roofs, too. I'm quite sure it's a felony to remove public material, and I can't see why I should do that. You just have to press the button. Let's see what happens. Oops. Technically, it wasn't all my fault. I just followed the Reverend's instructions to the letter.
Hold still, son. Don't touch anything. At least, until I know who did it.
All right. It's a fragment of the stained glass window. It seems to contain a piece of paper. What happened?
Some ungodly soul, guided by an evil hand, damaged the sacred stained glass windows. Have you seen any black sheep wandering in my church?
I think I saw some kids playing up front.
I thought so. Surely it was one of them. Can you describe the person?
Surely blonde.
Anything else?
Stocky.
Any distinguishing marks?
Freckles.
It's clear. Classic Richard. I'll go and resolve the situation. Nobody can disfigure the sacred church of Bonetown, shelter of the poor, symbol of faith, beacon of the community.
Weird. I could have sworn there were some micro-inscriptions on the glass. Actually, this glass shard contains a piece of the map. Supposedly the one belonging to Reverend Drake.
Perfect. Now I have everything I need. My recipe is practically done. It will be a drink that is sure to make waves in the world. Non-alcoholic, dark-colored, sparkling. It can even cure a headache.
I wouldn't want to ruin your dream, but I think that already exists. Actually, I believe you're even in danger of clashing with some mega corporations.
I know the market very well. I managed to isolate and replace the secret ingredient with another.
Really? Which one?
Well, it's the root extract of Oh, hey. Nice try, boy. You almost had me going there. It's the only ingredient that is not present on the list. Take it. I don't need it anymore.
Thank you. Better read it away from prying eyes. Wait a minute. This list is a bit strange. I can glimpse something under the text about the ingredients. It's a receipt. It says, I, Dr. Alfred Every, on July 15th, 2008, delivered to Steve Bonnet the artifacts found in the basement. In exchange, Mr. Bonnet transfers to the Every family, free of charge, the property of the building where the family business is actually located. The agreements will not be disclosed. Yours faithfully, Dr. Every. It's countersigned by Steve Bonnet, too. To which artifacts is Dr. Every referring? If the agreements have not been disclosed, the only one that would know anything about it is Uncle Steve. I'd better get over to his office to investigate. Weird, Steve's not here. In the meantime, I could inspect his office looking for the receipt of Dr. Every. I don't think that ransacking this paperwork will help. So weird. There are no notes on these papers. They're all blank. What can they do? Wait a minute. There's a button under here. I could be wrong, but they seem to have been placed in the way to hide something. There's nothing. Let's see what happens by pressing it. I wasn't expecting this. I just thought it was a drawer with some kind of mechanism. There's another room up there. It closed back automatically. There's probably another device in this room that makes it open. Why all this secrecy? And what's this room? Better take a look around. It seems Steve is doing some research into the Adventure Galley, Kid's ship. There are maps, notes, excerpts from old journals and books. There's nothing useful here. It's an old rope, but it still seems to be very sturdy. A rope is always useful. It's a globe. Various lines were drawn on it. They look like sea routes. It looks like some sort of diary. And what's this? It looks like some sort of diary. There's something inside. I don't think I'm mistaken. This is a piece of the map from Kid's crew. It's surely Every's, the last piece missing. Finally, the map is complete. On this piece there are some coordinates. 47 degrees north by 78 degrees east. Brilliant! The coordinates are useless without the rest of the map. The light will guide you. 47 degrees north by 78 degrees east. It must have something to do with the old lighthouse. There's also a strange coin. Why is it here? What does Steve have to do with this story? There must be something I'm still missing. Let's see if there's an explanation in the diary. I can't believe this. Steve knew. Actually, Steve is the architect of Dad's death, and all because of his envy and the longing to find Kid's treasure. To think they were so close, almost brothers. Dad really trusted him, but he should have guessed his changing, and Kid wasn't that stupid. All the pieces of the map are needed to find the treasure. I have to escape from here and unmask Steve. This diary will be the proof. Better go to the old lighthouse. The light will guide you. Let's hope that's true.
Boss. Hey, boss.
What's going on?
Boss, we can't find the young Morgan anywhere. Impossible. He can't be volatilized. Continue to search. If he has his father's insight, he has surely discovered something that we've been missing till now. I'm going back to my office. This city needs a person able to guide it. All right, let's go.
It's Steve and the innkeeper. They're in collusion. I have to get out of here as soon as possible. There are maps, routes, various notes. They represent months, or rather years, of uninterrupted work. I don't want to take all of this with me. I thought it worked the same as the one in Steve's office. Instead, this is just a simple globe. There must be another way to get out of here. This window faces the road under here. Better let some fresh air in. This window faces the road under here. I'd rather leave this open. It's stuffy in here. Good idea. This seems to be the only possible way out. See you soon, Steve. Okay, let's try. Finally, the map is complete. There's also the signature of the cartographer, Tom Rayleigh. He really was a genius of cartographic drawings. Now I know why Steve wasn't able to find the treasure. Without the complete map, those coordinates are useless. I need to go to the lighthouse. The light will guide you. 47 degrees north, 78 degrees east. Not now that I've been able to recover all the pieces. Here it's written that Dr. Alfred Every gave a few artifacts to Steve Bonnet in exchange for the drugstore property. I'm curious to know what those artifacts were. Surely Steve... I'll leave the console this way. It's practically impossible if you don't have any coordinates. There's no recognizable place mentioned as reference for where to aim the lighthouse. It can only be admired. I lit the lighthouse. Okay, let's try. It's useless this way. This doesn't look like a normal coin. It doesn't show the date it was coined or any other indications. I don't know how it could be used. Not now that I've been able to recover. It's practically impossible. There's no... Not now that I... It can only be admired. I wouldn't know what to do with it. 1699. The light will guide you. I guess it's praise for the job this lighthouse had to do. I wonder how many ships it helped dock safely. There's also a list of things to do. 1. Start. It doesn't seem... Not now that I've been able... Okay, let's try. I'll leave the It's practically impossible if you don't have any coordinates. There's no recognizable place mentioned as reference for where to aim the lighthouse. It's useless this way. It's useless this... It's useless this... Okay, let's try. Matchbox. It's useless. It's useless this way. It's practically impossible. There's no recognizable place mentioned as reference for where to aim the lighthouse. Okay, let's try. Not now that I've been able to It's useless this way. Not now. It's practically there's no... It's useless. I need this to frame Steve. Okay, let's try. It's there's no... Okay. It's there's... Okay. This doesn't look like a normal coin. I don't know how... It's useless. It's there's no It's useless. It's useless. It's useless. Okay. It's practically impossible. There's no... Okay, let's try... It's there's no Okay. It's there's no... Okay. Bingo! This is the point marked on the map. Let's see in what direction the lighthouse is pointing. Good! Very well. The lighthouse is positioned according to the instructions on the map. The light points in the direction of the cemetery. Better go check. I can't go there. I'll find Steve's henchmen. The lighthouse is aimed towards the cemetery. In adventure books, X always marks the spot. I don't want to open a coffin. In adventure books, I don't think the X meant to indicate these wooden boards. It'd be better to remove them. Once there was a legend. To access the afterlife, a boat toll was required. A weird votive sculpture. Even if we're in a cemetery, a skull, even a stone one, is always a bit scary. Maybe this coin wasn't used as currency in the earthly world, but rather to pay the ferryman for a journey to the afterlife. Let's try. Where did I end up? It seems like a natural cave. I can't believe it! This is a colony of Mexican psilocybe, one of the most powerful hallucinogenic mushrooms in the world. Professor Jones showed one of these in class when explaining Aztec rituals. Their sour odor is unmistakable, and the conditions for growth seem to be ideal. Humid and lacking sun. Only a strong adrenaline rush can counteract their effect. They're supposed to proliferate only in a few areas in Central America. How did they end up here? I'm also wondering who put these wood barrels here. It's a colony of Mexican psilocybe. The Aztecs and Mayans used them to enter a trance during certain sacred rituals. They're extremely powerful hallucinogenic mushrooms. According to some recent studies, they also have an extremely high calorific value. I'd rather not touch them. This species of mushroom is extremely dangerous. The Mexican psilocybe, even if taken in small doses, causes addiction and induces hallucinations and trance states. It has lots of uses, but not this one. I think they can be used in a more It's a natural well formed by the running water. It must be very deep. The water comes from some source upstream. It's fresh water. I don't want to dive over there. I can't even see the bottom. It can't be. The hull outline, the colors on the bulkheads, a red nightmare sailed on the sea. Its slender shape induced all to stop and admire it. The historian Jean de Leon described the adventure galley this way. This is it, the adventure galley, Kid's ship. It's the ladder that lets me get to the bridge.
Who dares?
But, who said that?
Who dares board my ship without permission?
Who's talking? Are you a ghost? Show yourself.
How dare you give orders to me? Only I can give orders.
It can't be. I can't believe this. My God. Dad, is that really you?
I have no sons. I'm the Adventure Galley's captain. My name is only whispered in both the old and new worlds. Some people call me the Scourge of the Seas. I'm William Kidd. Who are you?
Don't you recognize me? It's me, Willy.
What tone is this? Boy, remember who you're talking to. I'm Kid.
What happened to you? You're not Kid. You're Henry. Henry Morgan.
Don't you ever mention that name in my presence. Morgan and Blackbeard are the reason my crew and I are here. If it wasn't for their betrayal, right now we'd be the masters of Tortuga. Instead, Morgan and Blackbeard mutinied, hired their own crew and attacked us. But nobody can take possession of William Kidd's treasure. Remember well these two names, because they're the worst enemies of Kidd's crew. Morgan and Blackbeard. What I wouldn't give to meet you face to face. And now, speak plainly, for what reason are you here?
I sell cookware, mattresses, and bikes.
The quartermaster already stowed our supplies. We don't need anything else.
Isn't this the way to the Rotten Teeth?
I don't believe you're of an age for that club.
Dad, wake up!
I already told you to not call me Dad. My kids are my crew, and you don't seem to be a part of that.
Dad, Captain, I'm the new deckhand you were waiting for.
It's about time. You have permission to board and immediately get to work. The bridge needs a clean sweep. Ask the quartermaster to give you everything you need to make this ship shine. I'm going back to my cabin now. I have to plot the route for our next destination. Tortuga is waiting for us.
What's happening here? How could Dad still be alive? Why doesn't he recognize me? I better get on the galley right now. I have to get my dad back home.